Hey everyone, welcome to the Gentleman Scholars Club. Today is kind of a bonus or ancillary to the previous video I did on double-breasted blazers or sport coats from Spier Mackay. I thought I would show you two different sizes of the same item from Spier Mackay. I am usually a 38 contemporary or a 40 slim in their sport coats, and sometimes I'm not sure which one is better. And it might depend on the particular fabric, but I'll show you this double-breasted blazer in the 40 slim and the contemporary 38 and see what you can glean from that, if it's useful at all in helping you to size your own products. Spier Mackay also has the contemporary versus slim sizing, so that can complicate matters. I would ultimately refer you to their sizing chart, which is what I use. Even then, when I buy a ring jacket, for example, I wear a size 40 from them, whereas if I wear a ring jacket by the Armory, I wear a 38. So it's always tricky to kind of figure which size to wear. And if you're mail ordering and you're not trying on in person, you can sort of add to the expense of returning one or more of the items. So if this helps in any small way, I hope it is useful. So this is the 38 contemporary. And the shoulders on this, according to Spier Mackay, are 106 centimeters. I prefer to use centimeters because the numbers are round. There are no decimals, and it's easier to compare. Right, so this is 106 centimeters at the chest. The waist is 95 centimeters, the shoulder 45, and the sleeve 63. As you can see off the rack, the sleeves are perfect, thereabouts. They're showing roughly half an inch, a quarter an inch to half inch on the cuff, which is great. I think the shoulders look perfect there. I don't see any puckering, which is a sign that they're too small. They present a nice smooth plane from the collar area down to the armhole area to where the sleeve head is. So shoulder looks good. The chest, likewise, and the waist, don't see any real pulling. There's a slight bit of pulling right there, but I think there's still, it's just a natural function of the button. There's still some room in here. So 38 contemporary looks good to me. We'll try on now the 40 slim, the same exact jacket. And this is the one I initially purchased for the double-breasted, and I thought it fit well also. You can tell me. So this one has 109 in the chest area, 109 centimeters. The waist is 97. The shoulders are 46, so just 1 centimeter difference. And the sleeves are 64 as opposed to 63. The sleeves, I think you can see, are slightly longer, showing maybe an 1/8 to a 1/4 inch of sleeve there at the bottom. Would I have altered this? Maybe, maybe not. The body looks good too. It's more roomy, but not oversized in appearance as far as I can tell. If you disagree with any of my ideas, please let me know in the comments. The waist and the bottom here to me look a little bit larger, as they should be because the size is bigger, but perhaps too large for what I would like to see in a double-breasted. I prefer to see it kind of slim down here, as I said in my other video. So kind of more relaxed and comfortable, but still I think quite appropriate in terms of the fit. The shoulders, again, just a centimeter difference, and not much there in terms of differentiating the two. I think it also looks clean. So either of these would have done well. One, I would say, gives you more of a generous fit. The other one gives you more of a slimmer fit. Contemporary 38 versus slim 40. Now I'll just show you two different jackets, each in one of these two sizes. This is a Neapolitan cut gun club check, and it is in a 38 contemporary. The Neapolitan cut a little bit different than, obviously different than double-breasted, also different than their standard cut. And there you can see it. I think it looks fine as well. Shoulders are clean, sleeves the right length, open quarters on there at the bottom. Not showing any pulling at the button as far as I can tell. And there you go, 38 contemporary. And then lastly, a 40 slim. And this is their standard cut. All these are from the spring and summer collection of various years. This is the standard 2-button 40 slim. I usually like ring jacket stuff, which has more of a generous cut, similarly the Armory, but I also am not averse to wearing things that are slightly slimmer, though not super tight. This is the 40 slim. The sleeve there can be visible on both sides. Likewise, shoulders look fine, and the chest and the waist similar. So despite the differences, it really depends on how you want to wear it, I think, is what I came up with just looking at myself here and comparing them along with you. Don't see anything particularly wrong with any of these. I think they all look good. Hopefully it's not my own ego saying that, if you see one being better than the other. However, I think they're all essentially equal. So I don't know if you can go wrong sizing up slightly from using a larger size in their slim versus a smaller size in their contemporary. The nuances there, the differences are quite subtle. The key thing is always to make sure the shoulders give you enough room and they're not too big or too tight. And as long as the shoulder line is clean and you're not seeing puckering here or the dreaded shoulder dimple, you should be in good shape. You don't want to look like a sausage at the waist, so you want to make sure there's no Xing or pulling at the buttonhole when you button it. Make sure you can button it and be comfortable. You could want to, it's okay to feel the fabric sort of holding you in, but you don't want it to be ultra tight. In the chest area, depends on how much drape you want. If you want to have a fuller chest, then you can go up for the larger size. But otherwise, the chest is probably the least of the concerns. And then the sleeve length, you want to make sure it's not too short. Now, this is a linen blend, so it's actually pulling back more than the other jacket, which is a wool. So that can also add an additional wrinkle into the decision. Certain fabrics, like linens, will have shorter sleeves by default because the fabric is springy and will pull back, whereas something like a pure wool will not have that effect. So it can complicate things, but sleeve length with a non-functioning set of buttons on the sleeve, which Spier Mackay usually do, makes it easy to alter. You can just go to the tailor and have it shortened or lengthened a tiny bit. So long story short, I guess you're safe trying out several sizes, and you really can't go wrong in most cases if you play with one size up, one size down, contemporary versus slim. Hope that was a bit useful. Please like the video if you did find it of some use, and follow us at the Gentleman Scholars Club for more information on brands like Spier Mackay as well as men's style in general. Thanks for viewing.